Are there portals to hell here on the earth? This may shock you.
Portals to hell here on the earth. Well, Jesus spoke about the gates of hell. Listen to this.
Do you know about the OHare airport sighting?
Which one's that?
So in like '06, a UFO came down, it hovered for a few minutes, and then shot straight, punched a hole in the clouds.
This has got to be the most demonic music video we've seen in the last couple years, and of course it's from Doja Cat.
Are there portals to hell here on the earth? This may shock you.
Portals to hell here on the earth. Well, Jesus spoke about the gates of hell. Listen to this. The north of Prague in the Czech Republic, there's a Gothic castle with no water, no kitchen, no fortifications, no record of anyone ever living there. History tells us that there was a massive gaping hole that was believed to lead to hell itself, and the castle was constructed to keep what's inside from coming out. During construction, prisoners were offered a full pardon if they would allow themselves to be lowered into the hole. But after the first one came out, no one wanted to go in because he came out screaming, having aged dramatically, years taken off of his life when you looked at him. Are there portals to hell? I don't know. But here's what we do know. Jesus spoke more about hell than he did about...
Amen. That's exactly right. Jesus spoke about hell so much more than he did about heaven. And for more truth, click follow or subscribe.
Kind of crazy. If you think that that hole is a gate to hell, do you actually think that constructing a castle around it is going to keep whatever's going to come out of that place inside? If it is true that they build that castle around that hole and the hole is really a portal to hell, I think there might have been different reasons as to why they built the castle. Not really to keep them inside, but maybe to worship. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Do you know about the OHare airport sighting?
Which one's that?
So in like '06, a UFO came down, it hovered for a few minutes, and then shot straight, punched a hole in the clouds. I had just quit working at OHare around this time, so I had friends who were still there. When this UFO came down, people on Mannheim Road, the road on the side of OHare, got out of their cars, like just stopped the light, got up, and were looking and staring at it. People who were working, where we worked for American Eagle Airlines, walked out of the rooms and were just staring at it float and then shoot up and punch a hole in the clouds. You know what they said? Weather phenomenon. So there's a photo of it. A pilot took a photo of it. This is back when like very early phone cameras, it's a very grainy, awful picture. It was out of the cockpit of a window, a pilot took a photo.
It's one of those subjects where people automatically dismiss it. It's been so touted by kooks that anybody talking about UFOs has to be out of their fucking mind. But then when you see these videos and you see them performing these impossible tasks, like these things are moving in a way that we've never seen anything move before. They don't know what these are.
Well, that was the whole plan behind discrediting the people that were talking about UFOs. And that is what happens when you claim that everybody that's talking about UFOs is a quack, is crazy, is lying, or making stuff up. Then whenever there is an actual sighting, nobody's going to believe that person. Even if there's proof and pictures about it, they're just going to think it's another quack just talking nonsense. The misinformation tactics really work.
This has got to be the most demonic music video we've seen in the last couple years, and of course it's from Doja Cat. The music video starts out with a woman in bed and her being terrorized by a sleep paralysis demon. That sleep paralysis demon, of course, being Doja Cat. She's singing all of her lyrics and slowly crawling closer to the woman while, of course, she's in sleep paralysis. If you don't know what sleep paralysis is, it's pretty much where you're in a state where you're awake and things you see aren't actually real, but you can't move to deter whether they are or not. So pretty much the woman is stuck in this place and she's able to see this demon, but she can't do anything about it. As I said, Doja Cat then continues to get closer and closer to the woman until she's finally able to get to the woman and the woman's able to snap out of it. And throughout the whole music video, she's singing certain lyrics about her being a demon. And as you see, she has a demon tail as well. And horns. The music video is just extremely dark and has weird imagery throughout the whole entire thing. There's also a scene that I can't quite show where she's in a bathtub and it's kind of like a scene out of a horror movie. She's singing towards the camera as two dark, extremely demonic hands come out of the bathtub and rub up her back, and then finally grab her head, turning her into a full-fledged demon. A lot of people are saying that she's just playing into this whole demonic role as kind of like a publicity stunt for people to talk about her more because she has been going insanely viral for it. But in my opinion, man, this is just extremely distasteful and is really on a whole nother level. Comment down below what you think, if you think she's just playing the role or you think she's actually becoming some kind of demon. And follow for more.
That is the excuse that all the fans usually use in order to cover for them, right? It's just a form of expression. It's just artistic expression. They're not really into it, but we all know better. You wouldn't do stuff like that if you didn't believe in that type of stuff or if you weren't into it. There's Just no way. But if you already have money, what's the reason for you to do it? You're already famous. You already have money. You already have songs out there prior to doing this type of stuff, right? So there's no way that they're not into it. At least that's my opinion. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Donald Trump is the Jews' Messiah. I'm trying my best to wake you guys up. And if you don't believe me that they believe he is their Messiah, then listen to this rabbi.
But like the first non-Jewish Messiah, Cyrus, who was chosen to assist the Jews in reestablishing themselves in the land of Israel after their 70-year exile in Babylon, the current non-Jewish Messiah was chosen to be of service to the Jewish people and the Jewish Messiah. President Trump's right ear was grazed in a symbolic gesture of Exodus 21:6, where the Torah states that a servant who wants to remain with his master needs to have his right ear pierced. Trump was designated as God's servant and anointed one, just like Cyrus the Great almost 2,400 years ago. Thus, the redemption will surely occur during Donald Trump's tenure. And I have good reason to believe Donald Trump was chosen to be the one to redeem the sins of Asaph through offering his assistance in rebuilding the Holy Temple on the Temple Mount and establishing the Jewish kingdom over all of mankind in Jerusalem. Perhaps it is no accident that the numeric value of Donald Trump in Hebrew is the same as Messiah, son of David, Mashiach ben David, 420.
What an interesting coincidence. So they call him the new Cyrus. Cyrus freed the Jewish people after 70 years exiled in Babylon. And after 70 years, Donald Trump moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem. The move was scheduled to coincide with the 70th anniversary of the establishment of the State of Israel. And they minted a coin with Donald Trump and Cyrus on it. But wait, there's more. Donald Trump was deemed the Prince of Peace, and they presented Trump with a menorah in the appreciation of the Abraham Accords. I'm sure you guys all remember the Abraham Accords. I wonder if that will come into play in the future with an individual confirming a covenant of many to bring peace to Israel and her enemies. I wonder. Oh, and let's not forget how Donald Trump is for the Noahide laws, and how the Sanhedrin were pressuring and calling Trump to uphold the 7 Noahide laws. And for those who do not know why this is significant, is because under the Noahide laws, you shall not worship any other God. And to these individuals, Jesus is not God. So we as Christians, if we were to worship and serve Jesus, that is breaking one of these Noahide laws. So I will continue to beat a dead horse. I know people will comment, oh, you're being so political. This has turned into a political page. This is a spiritual awakening page. I'm trying to shake everybody up out of the matrix that they are in, that we have all been born into, to see what is going on and how this guy is a false light. And this is significant because he is laying the foundation for the Antichrist. He is a typology, a foreshadow of the one to come, a false light, and people are falling hook, line, and sinker. So many Christians have no discernment, but I'm going to continue to shine light on this darkness and to continue preaching Jesus Christ crucified. I am not ashamed of the gospel. I am not here for the approval of man, but of God. I love you guys all so much. God bless, and remember, the just shall live by faith.
A lot to unpack on that one. What do you guys think? You think he's right? You think the Trump might be who he's saying he is? I don't know. Coincidences, maybe? Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
In Japan right now, socialization is at a rapid decline. Particularly young men posting up and not developing relationships. Just technology is ripping us away from each other. There is a profession in Japan called older sister. A lot of these men in Japan, they're just living in their apartments when they're not leaving. They're not contributing to society. And their families, they hire an older sister. And so it's like a woman, they start like messaging you first.
Hi, baby brother. What's up?
And then eventually they'll get to maybe calling. And then eventually they'll show up at your house. And they'll just whisper at the door, and then they'll knock at the door. Eventually they'll crack the door and they go like inch by inch, and this is over a series of multiple visits, and then eventually they'll be invited in, and then that person hopefully makes a decision to go out and socialize and integrate back into society.
I don't think it's gonna be that hard to get guys out of the house. Also, a lot of these guys are gonna be like, I'm gonna think I'm in love with my sister, and it's gonna get awkward for no reason. I'm really confused.
What is it called? Hired sisters?
Google Japanese older sisters.
And then if that doesn't work,
don't Google that.
This is what I was talking about on the last video or the one before about the issue with young men just staying locked in the rooms and not coming out in Japan. This is where the whole AI best friend thing could come into play and help out, just like these big sisters are helping out. But just one-time payment instead of recurring payments to the big sisters. But let me know what you guys think.
Oh? What the? Hello? Who's down there? Run!
Hey, that's creepy as hell. But it kind of sounds fake. I don't know. I would like to believe it's real, but it sounds fake. The way that the person is talking, like anybody could fake that voice. And the fact that the kid, because it sounds like it's a kid recording, and the fact that he's not like running away and he's staying there, just like recording the whole thing, even though after he hears all that, like I don't think any kid would do that. And hearing all the kids in danger, I don't think the person will stay there. I would think they would run.
Insane. UFOs were seen not just in California, but all over the world yesterday. We're gonna go over the California one, and then I'll show you some in Israel. Now, the really weird thing about this is me and a lot of other people have speculated that this might be the year of alien disclosure, and to further push that theory, aliens in the Super Bowl commercial and aliens in the Olympics ending. So now we don't know what this is, but it looks like maybe UFOs or police, I'm not sure, something was blocking off the entire beach in California. Like, that's absurd, you guys. Some people are speculating that this is drones, which obviously it's not, and again, all over the world. And some people are saying that this is the US's technology. Again, it's not just in California, it was everywhere.
Ma, you see this?
Oh, what the hell is that?
What is happening? What is that? What is that?
And then these two UFOs were caught in Israel. Go watch the video, it's insane. Whatever you think and whatever you do not forget the closing Olympics. These are all aliens. These are graves behind the mantid, who was a native symbol when graves would show up. Also, don't forget about these things that have been popping up everywhere. In the beginning of the year, started with the Miami alien. Weird. So what do y'all think this is? Are we about to make contact? Let me know in the comments.
Those look kind of big to be drones, because if you see, they're behind the light post and they're huge in comparison. So that means that they're farther away, but they seem a lot larger than the light post. So I don't think they could be drones. If it's a drone, it's a huge drone that I never seen before. But the fact that they're showing up all over the place at the same time, that is strange. But like they say, you'll see a lot of signs in the sky in the end time, so I'll be there.
We need to talk about this story. I want to know what you think is the explanation for this. This statue is called Our Lady of Fatima. It's been traveling across the world for decades. Just 2 weeks ago, it was at a church in Ohio where people claimed to have witnessed a miracle and seen the statue blink its eyes. Allegedly, just as this was happening, this photo was taken along with several others. And the woman who took them said she hadn't noticed the eyes were closed until she was scrolling through her camera roll.
All I want to do is take a picture for Facebook.
She snapped the picture on her phone of this beautiful statue of Jesus' mother Mary.
And I took it, oh, that's really nice. I'm going to take one more to be sure. And I took one more, and when I looked at it, the eyes were closed. And I thought, wow.
Taken by Katie Moran. Here they are side by side. One with eyes open, the other closed, while the statue was on display at the Basilica of St. John the Baptist in Canton Friday. Witnessed to by Connie Liptak.
Could this be a true miracle witnessed by many, or is it just a simple illusion created by a chance camera angle and a hopeful imagination? Let me know what you believe in the comments below.
Yeah, to me, that looks like it's the angle of the camera. Like on the first one, she's looking at it straight ahead, while on the second one, when she thinks the eyes are closed, she's more on a coming from the top kind of angle. So you will see the eyelids like kind of closed, but I don't think they're closed at all. That's the way it seems to me. I'm not saying one way or the other that she's wrong or whatever. She wants to believe. She could believe whatever she wants. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's the angle?
Y'all see this, y'all? Look at this. What is going on here? This was happening in Ukraine just a few days ago, y'all. Check this out. What the hell? Like, why so many? Is this like a code red? Because I'm looking and I'm learning a lot of places are calling a state of emergency. And this is in Ukraine. If this is supposed to be fireworks, why are they all like coming down like that? It's literally like stars falling out of the sky. Remember, they say in the end times, these things are going to be coming out of the sky. And then I showed y'all the other day how Russia's skies were super red from this severe thunderstorm that passed. And they're still going up. These flares or whatever they are still going up. Like, what is going on? And I seen this in Florida the other day while I was traveling south down to 75. Y'all see that? Y'all see that X or that cross that the sun is projecting? It's like, again, there's something behind it. What is going on? And the atmosphere is so purple and red. Is this what's causing the sun to be this color? If anybody has any idea what those flares were about in Ukraine, please let us know down in the comments below. But until then, strange things keep happening around the world without no explanation. But you guys already know we are in this shift, and this shift is getting it. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this, y'all. Thank you for tuning to our frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace in.
You could tell it's definitely fireworks that they're doing, because you can see one exploding as the video starts. Flares, that's just what they look like, a bunch of flares. Maybe they have different type of fireworks. They just decided to shoot a whole bunch of flares up in the air and light up the skies. All those are all failed fireworks, or fireworks that just exploded and they're falling down. Now, the only thing that is kind of weird is that they're floating down really slow, which could be done if you attach like a mini parachute to each one of those flares. What would be the purpose of doing that other than just to light up the whole sky red? But to me, it just seems like regular flares and fireworks.
The Antichrist is not from America. When you read the Bible, you'll see very quickly that he's called the Assyrian. He's called the king of Babylon. He's from the Middle East. The Antichrist is no president that we've had and no future president that we will have. He is not from America. In fact, the Antichrist, when he rises, he will not be well known at the beginning. How do I know this? Because the book of Daniel calls him the little horn, meaning he has little authority, little influence. So when he rises, he won't be well known. So this eliminates everybody that you guys are pretty much saying is the Antichrist. This eliminates Obama. This eliminates Trump. This eliminates a whole bunch of people. Okay? Biblically speaking, the Antichrist is from the Middle East. And he's whom I believe is the Mahdi of Islam. If you don't know who that is, look him up. You'll see so many parallels. For example, they believe that he'll be on the earth around 7 years. Our Antichrist signs a 7-year treaty. They also believe that he'll ride in on a white horse. In fact, their own, commentary says that the book of Revelation, chapter 6 writer, that's the Mahdi. But the problem is, for them, that's our Antichrist. You know, and there's so much more. They say that he comes with Islamic form of Jesus, which in reality, right, that's our false prophet. The Bible says the false prophet in the book of Revelation chapter 13 is a dragon, or he's a lamb that speaks like a dragon, deceptive. Okay, so keep all that stuff in mind. The Antichrist is not from here in America. Get that out your head. For those of you that like content like this, you can follow for more as always. Now,
I just kind of realized something, like, why do we always think that the Antichrist is going to come from the United States? Why do we think that we're the center of everything? Like, that just came to mind. Like, why do we think that? Yeah, like, why do we think, like, we're the center of everything, and that even the Antichrist has to come from the United States? It's like, it makes no sense if you think about it. What he said kind of makes sense. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
This out. There was allegedly a UFO crash in Northern Virginia. It gets even crazier. There were bodies reported with the crash. Sounds like Area 51, right? And this is right after all the UFOs were around the world on the 16th of August, including California. He said, I walked outside of work this morning to see 2 USCG helicopters, 2 Vipers out of Andrews, flying in a pattern in a combat search formation. A buddy of mine who's a cop in the area says has reported a UFO crash with debris and bodies. And for some reason, it's not on the news, right? Y'all, it gets so much crazier. But first, my prediction in January 2024 was we were going to have alien or gray disclosure, or some sort of disclosure. We open up the year with the Super Bowl commercial about the aliens, and then the Olympics ending about the aliens. And coincidentally, at the same exact time almost as this UFO crash landing with bodies, we had on the news a military expert who said the U.S. is ready. The U.S. people can handle UFO disclosure. Before I play this, just remember, not everything is Project BB. Yes, some of the stuff is, but not everything is. And there's a lot happening under our feet right now. If you know, you know.
He is the author of the new book, Imminent, Inside the Pentagon's Hunt for UFOs. In it, he writes these crafts are not made by humans, and they present a very serious national security issue. You talk about this idea of these crafts being created to, quote, be friends from out of town. What makes you so certain that they're not made by humans?
We know that the government never lies, right? Vehicles not being made by humans, if you will. That's not me saying that. We have scientists, some of the top scientists, that this is a topic where I believe America can handle the truth. And I think America deserves to know the truth about this topic, about your taxpayer money that's been spent over the decades to try to figure out just what the heck is going on.
Look, let's get right to the point. We have many living entities around us at all times. Scientists are saying that Dyson spheres are now living entities. They are as thrones, the angels. So we have angels, we have fallen angels, we also have demons, which are disembodied spirits of the Nephilim, which would be biological beings, and we have grays, which are manufactured by the fallen angels, and also somewhat biological, being inhabited by evil spirits. Which is why big secretive schools such as Harvard are literally studying alien abduction or gray abduction and finding signs of trauma and finding people who pass polygraph tests. There certainly is a great deception coming. And if you're wondering how to defend yourself against these things, anyone who's been abducted and said the name of Jesus Christ were freed. Google it. And all these portals popping up, I think they have something very big to do with it. I'm looking forward to see your thoughts and your theories down in the comments.
I don't think it's so much disclosure as it is deception. Great deception, to be exact, that is happening here, because if they're getting ready to put everything into place and you're going to have, let's say, the Antichrist come, and it's going to be a figure that nobody knows apparently, and it's going to be somebody that's going to come as a savior. What better way to do it if you think about it? We've been programmed to believe in UFOs since the 50s. What better way to do that than to fake an alien contact, let's say a crash where these alien beings then come and rescue whoever crashed, and then they present themselves as saviors of humanity, and the main leader of these aliens now becomes our savior. And you know that those aliens might be fallen angels, so therefore you have the Antichrist. It's gonna portray to be from another planet that comes here to save humanity. It's gonna give us a whole bunch of technology. Everything's gonna be great for a few years, and then all hell breaks loose. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
We have some weird weather phenomenon. This footage was actually captured by multiple witnesses in the country of Sudan. What appears to be a massive sandstorm, which is typically normal, but what's not normal is how their skies turn blood red. They had no explanation for this, and it looks eerie and scary. Take a look at this footage and tell me what you think could have caused this.
This reminded me of a couple of years when we were having the forest fires in Canada, and that was blowing down here to the East Coast, and the sky was just like, everything was just red, and like it looked like a red mist, like taking over everything. It was just eerie. Here we complain in the US about weather, like few inches of rain and snow. I'll take snow any day over a sandstorm. I don't know why it would be red. I have no idea if that is normal or common for sandstorms to make the sky red. Well, if you think about it, I guess it could be depending on what type of sand it is. If this is red sand, it might make it red. Might be clay in the sand, makes it red also. I wouldn't want to be there. Hey guys, I tried a little test today with no intro on the video. Let me know if you guys like that better than me repeating the same thing over and over every video, at the start of every video. Let me know in the comments if you do. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for all you guys that are new on the channel. I try to post at least 4 times a week. Don't forget to share and comment. That's it for tonight's video. Peace.